I am thrilled that you're here to talk about caregivers and the side of caregiving that we often don't get to hear a lot about, which is how resilient caregivers actually are. We so often focus on the stress and depression and burnout, and that's only part of the story. And I'm delighted that you're here to actually give us the whole picture so that we're not just stuck in the suffering, but we have some resilience. What can caregivers do to bolster their resilience?
Well, the general things is they need to build internal and external resources. But in a practical way, that means you can get yourself educated about the condition that you're caring for someone about. You can get yourself learning about what resources are available for your family member in the community. You can learn how to problem solve, and there's some great work. It's a problem solving rubric that you can use. You identify, brainstorm, you evaluate the options, you try things and evaluate them. So some people do that all the time, but it's a great general coping technique that works for a lot of problems. And there's something called problem solving therapy that's even tried to do that. But I think a key thing is that know that what you're doing is important. This is you're helping your family member. They would be in an institution without you, and they wouldn't have as good of a quality of life. And so try to notice the ways that what you're doing is making a difference. Try to notice the things that give you pleasure or satisfaction. Maybe even think about in 10 years, you're probably going to be really happy that you did this instead of not doing this. You may are going through some distress right now. And find a way to, in terms of external resources, find a way to connect with the people you know and love. I know so many people who are caregivers, they're givers. There's a term we've used, serial caregivers, right? They caregive one person after another,
Yes.
but they're never used to asking for help for themselves. And you know, it makes other people feel good if they can help you. So don't hesitate to ask people, but as a psychologist, I had to work with them to how to ask for something specific that's plausible. So, for example, could you come by for 3 hours one day a week and watch mom so I can go out and do X, Y, and Z, right?
Right.
Something practical and small like that. Or, through a church group, could you help them to learn more about this condition, and maybe an old friend from there help you? So we've got to find, can you modify your home so that it's safer for the person? So finding ways to find meaning in what you're doing. Getting counseling, we know actually really helps build people's internal resources. It does. And it actually, something I teach from my class, it actually can change your personality and build resilience that helps not only with the task you're being counseled about. So caregivers ought to not feel like it's an embarrassment. It's not meaning that you're mentally disordered. It's meaning that you could use some help and some coaching handling stress. So there are some really good practice, and there's some great self-help books.
Mm-hmm.
I know the 36-hour day is a book that I really like a lot. There's newer ones. This book, Your Name is Hughes Hannibal Shanks, is one that isn't very widely known, but everybody who reads it is just astonished and inspired. So, yeah, caregivers, you may feel kind of buried in stress, but there are ways that you can try to work to help yourself cope better. Find time for yourself. That means getting somebody maybe to help your relative, using adult day services or other respite services. Uh, you can make your life better, and you're going to be very proud of yourself in years ahead that you've done it. The people who are caregivers, they're sort of heroes that aren't recognized,
Indeed.
and so we do have to do more, and we have to do better to help them. And I really think we should honor them, like we honor first responders. These are people who are giving their all to keep a loved one at home and give them the best life that they could have.
Mm-hmm.
So I have very deep respect for that.
Here, here.